Well, think about the first kid in the family to go to college, and for that child to, instead of pursuing a job in, say, a mill or whatever, he's setting his sights. She setting their sights higher, looking for something more out of life. That's the American dream, right? You want more for your kids than you had. Thomas is one of those places that fulfills that.
I just kept hearing about Thomas College and more about Thomas College and how Thomas helped their students and helped them stay in school and mentored them even from the time of application so that they would be successful in their college career.
When I came back here and started just reviewing the list of the 7,000 alums that we have, and seeing different people that I knew, couldn't believe that, geez, I couldn't believe this person went to Thomas, this person went to Thomas, and then seeing the successful careers they had, many that either own their own companies now, or they're in significant positions in companies, it's staggering to me.
Thomas is one of those places that really trains and puts into the economy of Central Maine some great leaders.
So what Thomas College does is it offers a college academic experience to people and to students who need to be brought in and benefited by a college experience, and helps move, frankly, our country in the right direction, right in Waterville, Maine.
I had a young girl work for us her freshman year. Had a lot of fun working in the back of the house. She learned to cook. It reminded me of a female me. She loved to cook. By her fourth year, there wasn't a position in our operation she didn't know, and she was phenomenal. And to watch her graduate, she was the first child in her family, had kind of a rough background. First child in her family to graduate not only college, but high school. And I was so proud of her to see her in her cap and gown and with her diploma. It brought tears to me. It was like my own daughter was graduating college. It was just, it was something else.
So it's a place of incredible hope. And there's no doubt that education is transformative.
I think that's probably why the two of us are so involved at Thomas, is because, you know, we are Thomas. I mean, we both come from first generation, right. And it helped finish us, so to speak.
Thomas changed my life.
Thomas has helped me become twice the person I was before, and I'm very, very thankful for the amount of stuff I've learned here, the people I've met.
It's shown me that I can be successful in my future.
I was just overwhelmed.
It just adds so much beauty to the campus.
Just wow. I can't believe it. Like this I can't believe we have study rooms now.
With the new financial room with the ticker, that's sweet. Like, that is awesome.
The library is massive.
Oh, it's amazing. It really is, and I think it's a huge benefit to the students that are here now to have a facility like this and the new residence halls and all the other improvements that Thomas has made over the past 5 years have just been incredible.
I think everybody at Sheridan has a pretty good sense of pride of these jobs, looking back from, you know, the guys that are in the trenches to Mitch and Brad in the office, and I think that's pretty consistent all the way through our company.
The space speaks to them and says to them, you belong in this kind of environment. We regard you as worthy of this.
When I was younger, and I had no means to get a higher education, and it was before the times of scholarships. You couldn't apply for a scholarship anywhere. And some guests at my parents' camps came to my parents one summer, actually the summer I graduated from high school, and said, although we don't know the particulars, we know you well enough to know that you will see that your 2 daughters get a further education. And we would like to pay for that education. I mean, that's exactly what happened. And so that couple paid totally for my sister and I to go 4 years to college. So obviously, I want to give that. I want to do that too.
I was fortunate enough that I was very successful in several businesses, which I eventually sold. And we have children, and we had provided for the children and the grandchildren, but we had some surplus money that we wanted to continue our passion for helping other young people get an education. So we were looking for something that we could be really passionate about and excited about. And we had looked at different things, and we had made little half-hearted attempts to support other charitable things, but that was okay, and we felt good about it, but it wasn't just, wow, or we feel good about that. And when Ellen discovered Thomas pretty much on her own, she kept saying to me, we got to go see Thomas and see what they're up to.
Our advancement department got a call, and an older couple said they wanted to come tour the campus and talk with somebody in advancement. So they came, they spent a few hours here, got the lay of the land, and then went away. And we didn't know what that would mean, if anything. A week later, I got back from vacation, and this couple called again and said, we'd like to meet with the president. So they entered my office. I had no idea what the meeting would entail. They were very humble folks. They come from humble roots in Maine, and they'd been quite successful through their career and had decided they wanted to give back. They'd been watching us. They were looking at our mission, trying to understand who we served and how we did it, and were we for real. And they came to test out me to make sure that I was for real. And after talking for about an hour in a wonderful conversation, they leaned across the table and said, we've decided we're going to give you $1 million. And that was the largest gift by a living individual we had ever received. They had no ties to the college. They just were investing in this dream and this hope that we offer as a college to our students. Oh, I told them that day they were our miracle, they were our angel, and that's what allowed us to really put it over the top with new energy. And not only did we meet our campaign goals, we surpassed them, and we've closed the campaign a full year early because of their transformative gift.
There have been some key milestones and some key stepping stones along the way, and the initial challenge gift from the Alfond Foundation was phenomenal. And then just when we had kind of stalled and were worried about whether we were going to get this finished and get this $12 million raised, and we didn't want to let anybody down, and the Alfond Foundation, they put faith in us, and all of a sudden the Hinman family walks in, and it's just a game changer, and it reinvigorated us as a board, it reinvigorated the college, it really drove us to the finish line. And I just want to, from a board perspective, thank the Alfond Foundation and the Hinman family. It's just, those type of people don't come around every day, and we thank them that they chose Thomas.
Any institution that guarantees its graduates a job after they get done as an institution, we've always wanted to support. Mr. Alfond saw that early on in the growth of the college, and its student body has grown and is growing. So an institution like that is one that the foundation really loves and is honored to support.
I can't forget Dr. Kenneth Green, who passed away about a year ago. I became good friends with Ken, and Ken was actually the one that helped move the needle to start the construction of the Alfond Academic Center.
We're glad to work with a program that allowed us to
pass along savings to Thomas College and be part of the, the package that helped make things come together.
We knew we had great partners in the Alphons. We knew we had significant donors who would help us along the road, but it was going to be, we thought, a long road. As it turned out, we finished it a year early, and we went over the campaign goal. So it just shows the hard work that the committee put in and the reputation that Thomas has, that we can attract as many donors as we have to achieve our goals a year early.
When I came from my tour, they said, this is our plan, this is going to be done within the next 10 years, and I said, wow, and continued with it. And that's what drew me here, was that upward movement. And I think that the generosity of other people has really made that come true, and I'm eternally grateful for it.
Not only people that even graduated from the school, it's people from the outside. Shows that, they're seeing what we're doing as a college and how far we've come, and they're not afraid to invest their money into something that they know that will, change a whole culture of a school.
The best thing that I can say to those folks is thank you, and your investment makes all of this possible.
On behalf of all of these students that are going to have a much richer college experience because of it, will likely be better prepared for the workforce. Thank you very much.
I love it here, and it's just great, and I thank them for all of this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Lee, you guys have made such a wonderful impact on us.
It's just amazing now to go from the dirt pile to now this amazing building.
I'm really, really, really grateful for it, and I'm actually kind of excited to study in this library, and I'm never excited to study, so.
I just want to say how happy we are as a staff, as a faculty, how high the morale is, because you've made such a difference by supporting Thomas College.
It makes a difference in the lives of the students who come here, in our lives, the people who teach here, the community. It is a true example of what it means to pay it forward. Thanks so much.
Very proud.
Very proud of the school.
Yeah.
I think we've only begun.
Longer than I would.
The real concept here is that to be prosperous and to remain a leader in the world, our country, our state, needs to educate more of its citizens. And over 60% of our population does not have the benefit, or has not had the benefit, of higher education, and yet 60% of the jobs of the future are going to require higher education. Thomas helps us get there, and they do it in a very, very effective way by reaching out to first-generation college students and bringing them into an environment that's vibrant, it's got great faculty, that's got a great and growing and more beautiful campus every day, and great leadership and a great board. What more could you ask for?
The best event every year is a graduation. I have the good fortune of being able to sit up on the stage and watch the 150, 200 graduates pass in front of me on the stage. And as they pass, you think about the 4 years of effort that each one of them put in to be able to march across that stage, and all the late study and nights and everything that it took. And then you realize that there's a parent sitting out there in the crowd that's watching that. It's the first kid in the family that's ever done it. That's special.